Hey, what's up, guys? So we're in New York City. I don't have my full camera setup, so we're kind of recording on an iPhone. We're recording video on an LG G4. But we just got back from Genesis, which is a brand new personal electric vehicle company. They're doing a lot of great things. You've probably seen some of their ads or some of their videos online. They have everything from electric scooters to electric bikes to hoverboards, and of course electric skateboards. So today we're going to take a look at the Tomahawk, which is one of their flagship items from Genesis, and we're going to do an unboxing, and then part two we're going to show some riding. So let's get right to it. All right, so here we go. So the box looks kind of big. The length is about 42 inches, width is 8.5 inches, and the height for the board itself is about 5.1 inches. So now that we have it unboxed, let's take a look at some of the specs. So the weight is about 17 pounds, which feels about right. The charge time for this battery is about 2.5 hours. Inside are 18650 lithium ion batteries. The battery weight here is about 3.7 pounds. It's replaceable, as you can see when you remove this rubber cover over here. This pin comes out and you can replace the battery. Max speed is rated at 20 miles per hour. Max range on a full charge is about 20 miles, which is about right for, for me. I usually get some good range because I'm a lightweight. What else? The remote here is actually a really tiny remote, which I really like. I don't like to hold big, bulky remotes. So this is actually really useful for me. Some of you have seen some of my DIY builds and kind of started on the mini 2.4 gigahertz pistol grip, and then kind of went to the winning remote, which is a little bit smaller, which is thumb control. I really like this setup. It kind of reminds me of the Unique Ego in that it's a flat remote with a thumb trigger, and I feel like this is kind of just a more natural way for me to control the board, especially when braking. So over here we have the dual hub motors. And hub motors are sort of my favorite drivetrain system. It's just more fluid. I don't really ride on, big hills. So this thing kind of coasts like a natural longboard, even if you run out of batteries. These hub look pretty legit. Just from kind of looks alone, cosmetically, it all looks very clean. The polyurethane on the hubs feel pretty strong. Just everything feels like it's tight and sturdy. So we'll see how it holds up when I actually ride it on the street, but it's pretty impressive. So some of the other parts that come with it are the charger, obviously. So this is your battery charger, which has your typical 42 volt output. And on this side is where the charger plugs into. And over here on this side is the power button. So I have it on already with the remote, which comes paired up, and we'll just throttle it. So Has a nice smooth throttle, kind of a gradual curve. It sounds very responsive. The brakes feel pretty solid as well. Another interesting feature on this remote is that you can actually go in reverse with the touch of a button here, and that puts it into reverse, which is interesting. It's pretty cool. So another cool feature about the Genesis Tomahawk is that you have a battery indicator on the top of the board. This is actually a really awesome feature because it allows you to know how much juice you have left without having to turn the board over to look at the voltage display. It's like right on top. So you can kind of like gauge how much juice you have left. Like if you're far away from a way to charge the battery or a power outlet, you can kind of regulate your speed according to that, according to how many bars you have left, or light indicators. So that's really awesome. That's a really dope feature that I haven't really seen in a commercial board. I tried their demo, the Genesis demo at their headquarters, and it definitely had a lot of torque. We were just riding it kind of in the office in a carpeted surface, but it definitely had some serious torque just riding inside. So it'll be really interesting to see how this thing performs on the streets. We'll shoot some really cool videos with it. But right now, just from the unboxing alone, I'm very impressed, especially with the price point of this particular board. You're getting a dual hub motor, you're getting a lithium ion 18650 battery pack, replaceable, weight wise, under 20 pounds, decent charging time for 2.5 hours. For $500, like, you can't really beat that. Especially when you see some of the other options, like with boosted and stuff. I can never really, I was impressed with the boosted too, but I feel like the future is definitely in hub motors. I'm just a big fan and big evangelist of hub motors. I think it's really, the technology has come such a long way in just a few months. So a lot of people are making some really dope hub motors. So yeah, there you have it. That's the unboxing of the Genesis Tomahawk. If you want to learn more about this product or some of their other products, like their electric scooters, their electric bikes, hoverboards, you name it, check out ridegenesis.com. But otherwise, keep it locked and stay tuned for my riding videos with this thing on RunPlayBack.com.